I think 60% of it is being a Nigerian butterscotch king. The 40% is definitely the work you put into it, you know? And when I was naturally cut, I was naturally lean, I was naturally had abs, but then to define it and to make everything 3D, I think that's the 40% that you need, like a good trainer, just good diet or, you know, a good regimen. So my fitness routine involves high intensity training, so little breaks in between, heavy to kind of heavy weights, but high reps. And I try to get in like 4 or 5 times a week, you know. I have a good trainer, Brian Lane, that's really dope. So it's been a process, it's been a steady process and growth in the fitness world. A relationship with you and your trainer should be like a relationship with you and a therapist, or a relationship with you and anybody on your team. It's consistent, you know, a consistent growing process, so you have to treat it like that.
Bruh, come on, man, get off your phone, bruh. Can we finish this last set, though?
Bro, you see, I'm trying to...
I mean, can we finish the last set? I mean, you standing in front of the mirror, though. I see that on the low, trying to, you know what I mean? I see that.
I see you, man. I see. Hold up. Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's how you feeling?
Yeah.
That's how you feeling?
Hold up.
Well, I've been working with my trainer for about 2 years now, you know, and so it was a commitment. I came in a really, really scrawny dude thinking I was big, you know what I mean? But then he put things in perspective and isolated different muscles that I didn't know you could actually work on. And so now it's been a process of figuring out, okay, how can I sculpt my body to look a certain way? We're not even in there past 30 minutes, honestly, because the way the exercise is with Brian, it's consistent motion, it doesn't stop. So most people would take 2-3 minutes in between different reps. We're 20 seconds at the maximum. So it's consistent pressing and pushing the body and the muscle so that it's consistently working and the blood is pumping, and then you get full enhancement of the training. I've noticed my body transforming in a way that is more mass but still lean. I've gained maybe about 15 to 20 pounds of muscle since in 2 years with working with him. And so it's a commitment, but I love it. You know, when you start seeing results and people start telling you, oh wow, your arms are a little big, you know, you're trying to keep it sexy, you know what I mean? So you keep working, so it's dope. In a Nigerian household, it was all structure and all discipline. So if you wanted excellence, you gotta go work for it. There's no cheat code to it. You know, you can pray about it, but you have to put in the work. So I've always had that mentality, and I always wanted to do so many different things. So for me, it was just figuring out what's the best for my look. Me being fit helps my career, you know, because in a superficial industry, you know, this is the first thing they see. So it but then along that, it helps my family because that generates money. So the work I put in ultimately helps everybody that's around me. The competitive nature in me always started with sports. You know, like I don't like losing, you know, and if I'm in it, I feel like I'm the best, you know, and that's how you have to feel, you know. So that was instilled in me since I was 8 years old, you know. So I thank God for that, because now in a business where everyone's trying to do it, you know, if I gotta sacrifice a little sleep, you know, just to stay on top of my game, I'm gonna do that. So I look at it as competition. I smile with other artists, I smile with other actors, but I wanna be better than you, you know, and that's the momentum and mindset you have to have. And growing up, my parents made sure I stuck to that, and that's what it is. So no, I didn't play sports in college. My mom was just like, no, you're not going to the NBA, Rotimi, so you need to focus on either music or entertainment, learn the business. If you want to be a sports agent, you know, do that. I went to Northwestern University, so it was a really prestigious school where you had to be on task every day, you know, and being a minority in a situation like that, you know, the bullseye is on you, so you have to show up. So it was the best decision I made because I was able to really just focus on school. I think diet is probably the most important thing, because if you put in a hard workout and then you go eat fries, cheeseburger, pizza, then it's like, okay, what'd you just do, you know? So I think the food complements it, but it's also the most important part, I think. Like for me, the hardest thing was giving up cheese. I don't eat cheese anymore. You know, red meat, pork, fried foods, you know, soda. So like, it's a constant discipline, you know, so it's just part of life now. Nah, I don't, cause I'm waiting for Mrs. Butterscotch to help me there, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's one of those things that I want to start doing it, but I do so much, man. So like, to go home right now and do that, it's kind of, I just order this, you know, have somebody cook it for me. Try to keep it lean meat, jasmine rice, grilled chicken, fish, a lot of protein, but clean protein, turkey. and a lot of African food. He allows me to eat a lot of African foods that still complement the workout. I love curry chicken and rice, you know what I mean? So the way we'll work it is after a hard workout, that'll be what we have just to rebuild the body up. So certain things like that, you can cheat a little bit. On the set of Power, you know, I make sure that every stylist, makeup artist, make sure that I look better than Amari. I tell him I have to look better than him, so don't worry about anything he does. It's motivating because we work out together sometimes. Like if we have like press together, we'll work out. And these are grown men, you know what I mean? So they got that grown man strength. Thank God I'm Nigerian, so I can kind of, compromise a little bit. But, when Amari's in the gym, he's a beast. And he was a former athlete, so his body already is, used to that. And Joe, Joe's in the, he's Chicago, through and through, so he's not gonna give up in the gym. So it's cool just to keep up and learn from each other. I love being in the gym because it's therapeutic, and I love the feeling after the burn where it's like, I accomplished that. I beat it, and so for me, I love those 2 minutes after you're done and you're like, oh, thank God I just did it, and I know my body's gonna look better than when I walked in here. So that's really the best feeling. I think my physical fitness is very, very similar to my mental health because I wanna push myself to the limit. And so if my manager says, okay, we need 100,000 XYZ, I wanna do 120,000 mentally. If my trainer says, hey, we need your way and I just need you to do 3 reps, I'll do 5. You know what I mean? So like it's pushing yourself to the limit and both, mirror each other. I think that comes from the desire to be great. I feel like I'm here for a purpose, and so I'd only cheat myself and everyone that believes in me if I don't give all of me, and I told myself, when I am in heaven and God is standing at the gate, I want to say I exhausted every bit of my gift that you gave me, you know what I mean? So that's kind of the mentality.